That's something I said, I never want to go to none of them again. Not because it was obvious, but just because it was a little girl thing, yeah, it's like.
All right, 7 o'clock, let's begin. All rise for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we'll begin with the roll call. Mr. Robertson.
Here.
Mr. Rosema.
Here.
Mrs. Hopkins.
Here.
Mr. Ferris is absent and Mr. Jansma is here. We have 4 out of 5. Quorum being established, we'll continue with the approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented. Second.
Motion by Robertson, supported by Rosema to approve the agenda as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. 4-0. Next is the approval of the minutes from the November 9th, 2023 meeting with the correction of the date for the approval of the meeting minutes in those minutes from June 8th to October 12th, 2023. Everything else appeared in order.
So moved. To approve. Second.
Motion by Robertson, supported by Rosema to approve the minutes with correction noted. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. 4-0. Did anybody receive any communications or correspondence since our last soiree?
No.
I put a note on the website post today that because of the weather, if anyone felt like they didn't want to venture out, but wanted to have their comments heard, they could email me before the meeting. I received nothing so far. So none having been received. Under new business, we're required by our bylaws to elect our officers at the start of every session, which is in January of every year. Any nominations for chairman?
You.
Yeah.
All right, I have a nomination on the floor for Jansma for chairman from Mr. Rosema, seconded by Mrs. Hopkins. One second. Any discussion?
Think you're doing a great job.
Oh, I thank you. Motion by Rosema, supported by Hopkins, to nominate Jansma for chairperson for the 2024 calendar year. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor will say aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain. Leaves us 3-0-1. And now nomination for secretary.
Nominate Mary Hopkins. Second that.
Motion by Robertson, supported by Rosema for Mary Hopkins for secretary for the 2024 calendar year. Any discussion? All those in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. I will gladly accept your nomination and continue if I have to, I guess. Under master plan discussion, we were supposed to have Jeff from McKenna come up tonight, but because of the weather, we said we'll wait until the next go round. He's also waiting on some map data to come in from the county, from the assessor that she's supposed to have and be able to get to him. So we didn't get too far into whether that had happened or not, so we've got more time to figure that out. He'll be here, hopefully, if the weather still holds for our February meeting. Under 5C, I have planning commission bylaws written. The bylaws that we're operating under are the bare basic ones from MTA. They need to be updated and make more sense for Newfield Township. Part of the citizen planner course that I'm taking from MSU right now talks about how there's no language in our current bylaws about conflicts of interest or handling ourselves if we decide to take a site visit. And there was some very good things in those modules on the citizen planner that I will be looking at bringing in. I will have a draft of proposed bylaws for your review before the next meeting, so we can discuss it. That's all I have there.
You gonna email that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will email the draft, the first draft out to you guys so you can review it before our next meeting. And then we'll discuss it, mark it up, and go from there. There is a process to adopt new bylaws that I will double check on. But that's the first step, is coming up with your rough draft of your replacement. So that's all I have under new business. Steve, what do you have for us this month?
Lots of fun stuff.
Okay.
And we'll get it fairly quick. I could be so wicked. I've heard that shit before. I'm sorry. Boy, you make me laugh the longer it's taking. Anyways, the first thing I'm giving you, there's 2 sheets stapled together. And what those are is a summary report for last year. On the first page, second page is the previous year, so we can kind of compare them. We finished the year with 31 permits. Oops. Zoning permits for the year. And with a total of, which represented 5 new homes, 5 homes that had additions put on. There were 3 homes that had new porches or decks put on. Now you'll see there's the column garage and shed, that will also include pole barns. And you see that was pretty significant. That was $469,505, which if it was all just garages, that would seem like a lot, but some of these pole barns are $100,000 pole barns. And that doesn't include the commercial. We had High Cloud put up their new pole barn, and that was just the basic shell was $500,000. Then we had another small, I guess, garage type building that Archima Mine put up. It was $40,000. And then Nick Nielsen from White Lake Excavating, he put up a little structure, little shed for $15,000 in a garage. So it's not bad. 1,931,705 of construction projects in the township last year. So I'd say it's pretty significant. Not quite as good as the year previous. And that was kind of driven by, we had actually 8 new houses last year. And I expected a few less houses this year, given interest rates going up so much. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. Last year, we had $3,153,239 of construction. So we dropped a little, but I think it's still pretty impressive. To give you a comparison, when I started almost 11 years ago, we used to do maybe, a big year was like 20 permits. And maybe $400,000 or $500,000. So people want to live here. And Mike and I talked previously, I'm expecting this year probably 5 houses again, at least.
Okay.
Not bad.
That it? Wow. Okay, thank you. Does the commission have anything to discuss? Okay, I'll open it up for public comments. As a general reminder, the public comment period is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. and general decorum will be maintained at all times. I'll stop you if you're getting out of line. Does anyone have anything they'd like to speak to the commission about this evening? Going once, going twice. All right, hearing nothing, I'll close the public comment period. Thank you very much. We have no recommendation to make to the township board this month. January is generally a pretty smooth sailing month. So with that, if there's nothing else for us to discuss this evening, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Board.
Motion by Rosema, support by Robertson to adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. 4-0 to end the meeting at 7:11 PM. Thank you very much. Drive safe going home.